just thought I'd take a short break just to let you know about becoming a Breakout Bestie. So we've launched a brand new subscription service for the small businesses that need us in your pocket. So why do you need to become a Breakout Bestie? Well, it's just a monthly subscription that gives you access to us when you need us. There's a closed group where you can ask us any question you need. There's also an anonymous posting on, so if you've got clients in the same group, you can ask us anything and we'll get back to you. Sometimes that'll be a quick answer, other times it might be that we need a bit more of an in-depth chat. There'll also be posts and information on the latest trends, the latest strategies for social media, upcoming things from HMRC that you may have missed, just anything you need to make your life easier to run your business. You'll also have access to our client base and money off discounts and vouchers for various services we've got coming out. This is brand new, it's only just been launched, so have a look, go on our website under Besties and sign up soon. What does that free include? What do you own? Do you own your own domain? Can you amend your website? Can you pick that up and take it somewhere? Yes, if you want to use a free company, go ahead. It's an absolute bargain. However, does it have an SSL certificate? Does it have a cookies policy? Are there all those little things that a website has to have involved in that cost of what you need? Hi and welcome to Business Rainbows and Unicorns, where there's no such thing as failure if you don't try. This podcast is specifically for business owners or wannabe business owners. Say you've got a side hustle or you've got a passion for something and you think it'd be absolutely amazing, or you see people that do amazing things with their passions and what they enjoy doing. Well, you can do that. So please subscribe and we hope you enjoy listening to this episode. Hi and welcome to Breakout Business Rainbows and Unicorns, where there's no such thing as failure if you don't try. Now today we're talking about websites. That's it, just all about websites. Now this has come up, and the reason we're doing this now is because there's a whole new way of marketing. Well, there's always new ways of marketing, but there's a UK company and their new way of marketing is for their employees to use their personal accounts and go into local town and village Facebook groups saying, would you like a free website? Free. All you have to do is pay for domain and hosting. Now, I was very much of the fact of going, oh, well, if you can do it for free, how come I can't do it for free? And yes, they are a really big company. I was already aware of what company it was, purely because we've had a client recently come to us for a website quote who is currently with them. So I kind of had a bit of background, but I'd seen that 2 other clients had commented on it, saying, yep, send me more info. So I was like, oh, right, okay. And absolutely fine. So where our stance is and how we work at Breakout, which is most important to me, is that we were all about collaboration. We're not about competition. At the end of the day, there is enough work to go round everybody. So I will never be in competition with everyone else. And whilst there are loads of website companies and designers and businesses and IT software and help desks out there, there is enough for everyone. Likewise, there are loads of businesses out there that need websites. So I messaged the guy basically with the thought process of, if they can do that, then why would we not use them? So if we can outsource and work with them to do it, absolutely fine. So we had a bit of back and forth and he sent me examples and it came out with a blog post. So it's definitely worth going to our latest blog post, which is how much does a website cost in the UK on the Breakout Services website, talking about and explaining in a bit more detail the fact that the back and forth resulted in my content explaining why you would or why you might not use this company. So note that I say you might or you might not use this company. Rightly so, yes, they can do you a free website. So a free basic website that will have your homepage, about you page or about your company page, your services page, so a list of what you do and how much it is, and a contact form. Perfect. a lot of businesses, that's all they want. Absolutely brilliant. And to get that for free, so you've got your presence, you've got your corner space on the internet, which is all about you and your business. Perfect. And I would recommend that you go and see the company 100%. So that is the free bit. So yeah, brilliant. You want a presence on the internet? Go for it. The additional fees come in when you want some SEO done. Now, what is SEO? SEO is search engine optimization. That is where, so if you type into Google, printing in Long Melford, Breakout Long Melford will come up because we provide a printing service, albeit basic printing. So if you don't have a printer at home, go and see Named For You in Sudbury if you're local, because they're an amazing printers. That's who, again, collaboration, that's who we work with. So that's very, very basic SEO. There's a lot more behind the scenes in terms of meta descriptions, alt tags, mapping so it's mapped to Google search or your site maps to Google. I can go on and on and on, but you will probably switch off because it's very technical and it's stuff not even I know. That's why we have a nerd for it. So once you want SEO, and why do you want SEO and why do you have to have SEO? Well, if you want a website to have a presence, absolutely fine. However, how are new customers going to find you? So you might have the website to have the presence. You can put it on your Facebook page, on your Instagram page, or on your business cards. So you're giving it out somehow. So anyone is finding you by typing in your domain name. So your URL, you know, at the top of the bar where you put in Google. Everyone starts with Google nowadays, or Amazon, where they put in breakoutservices.co.uk. You've got that. Brilliant. However, if someone's searching on Google for co-working space, Suffolk, co-working space, Long Melford, I want Breakout to come out. So that's where SEO gets involved. So that is basically the keywords and search terms that I want Breakout to be known as, so brand new customers can find us. It's brilliant. That's an additional service, plus VAT on a monthly basis. Absolutely fine. So then it comes into a shop where actually I want to sell stuff. So I don't just want a presence on the internet. I want people to be able to find my website and buy stuff through my website from my online shop. Brilliant. Additional charge. And that starts off in an annual charge. It's an upfront bigger cost, design, adding products, etc. And then ongoing is it's an annual charge. Again, more than we would charge, but they've got to recoup the free stuff somewhere, surely. And this is the important stuff to me because it's their target is small business owners. Now, my target is small business owners. However, my website's charged from £750, which is a bit of a up against free of charge. So it's knowing the fact that what does that free include? What services? What do you, or more importantly, what do you own? Do you own your own domain? Can you amend your website? Can you pick that up and take it somewhere? So all of this one little Facebook post has resulted in us creating some blog posts and some content to basically explain to small business owners, yes, if you want to use a free company, go ahead. It's an absolute bargain. However, does it have an SSL certificate? Does it have a cookies policy? Are there all those little things that a website has to have involved in that cost of what you need? Now, I don't know the detail behind it. We didn't get that far down the road. But what we do and what we enjoy doing is providing that tick list and that information for small businesses to go away considering every single option and what is best for their business. Because likewise, if you run a small business and you're thinking, oh, brilliant, free website, can you let me know? And can you tell me the link to that company? No, but if you really want, send us a DM and we can help out with that. But on the flip side, you're running a small business. If you saw another competitor, for want of a better phrase, putting up that they'll do the service that you do for free rather than what you charge, what's your thought process? How do you consider that? What do you think? Do you know what? Is it free? What do I get for it? etc., etc., etc. So it's important to consider all of that, how you're covered, how you're protected, and the rest of it. The other important thing to note is for websites, because if you're a small business and we only know what we know, rightly or wrongly, and the same with me, I only know so much, again, for a website. It's why we've got an IT nerd, what it's involved. So as a small business, and whatever you are in your trade and what you make money out of, you're absolutely amazing at. That's brilliant. It's like I'm absolutely amazing at admin and working with small businesses. That's what I'm good at. I don't know the technical details. We don't have to know the technical details, but you need to know what you need to know in terms of make sure you're protected and your business is protected. Because if you're buying a service or a product for your business, all of those pennies count. When you're starting a business, when you're running a business, if you're 1, 2, 5, 10 years in, you still want to look after every single penny. And the saying goes, look after the penny because the pounds will look after themselves. So what's valuable to your business? What do you need to know and need to be protected for? And that includes, if you're signing up to a website, what you want for it longer term. At the moment, you might just want your little corner of space to be able to put on your business cards or your vans or whatever it might be. That's absolutely fine. But in a year or two's time, what do you want? Does that website allow you to do that? Hands up, I'm not a business plan person. I've never had a business plan. The only time I've needed a business plan is when to get grant money or donations, or how we've worked with that as supporting the business. I'm not kind of that person. My worst question is, where do you want to be in 5 years? However, I've had to answer that question to know when I'm buying a product or service for my business, where will it go? Where will it end? If we want to stay stagnant, absolutely fine. Does it best serve us right now? If we want to grow, again, how much will it cost us to grow? Which, especially for a website, do you own that website and domain? Which is very, very important. We've come across companies where they haven't owned their domain and the company has offered them, yeah, you can have your domain, but give me £5,000, which, depending how important that URL is to your business, that's what you need to ask and consider. So in terms of that, we do consult with people. So when we have a website inquiry in, we will quite happily say to people, so the age-old thing on Facebook nowadays, does anyone know a company that does websites? Loads of people get tagged, loads of local companies get tagged, loads of, if they're in the groups, national companies will comment and tag their companies. Absolutely fine. We will always comment, pop in for a cuppa, have a conversation about it, and we'll see if we're the best fit. Because we might not be the best fit. I have, previously, we had someone come in, their budget was £10,000 for a website. We didn't have the capabilities, so we sent them off and put them in touch with again, for want of a better phrase, direct competitor. Again, I don't believe in competition. There's enough work for them. The company we sent them to is amazing at that size websites. They don't really want the size websites we get. It's just not the customers they want to work with. Going back to a whole conversation about your target audience, again, relevant to websites, but also relevant to the services we provide. Is that person who's just put on, does anyone know anyone that does websites? Okay, not vague, because you know they want a website, but I don't know what size company they want. Do they want a shop? Do they want a learning platform? Do they want links to here, there, and everywhere? Are they starting the next Amazon? Whatever it might be, I need to have that conversation with them to find out if actually we can build the website they want to build. And one of the things we do when we network, we're regularly putting out things to say, who's an expert in this field? Who does this? Who does that? Because the inquiries we get, we want best fit for our clients. I've got clients where we do their bookkeeping and social media, but we don't do their website because we're not best for them. And this is where your value for money comes in. If you're spending at least £500, and yes, websites start from free, obviously, but £500 for what you need, get 2, 3 or 4 quotes. Never, just like with anything in life, never stick with one quote. You'll know it from tradesmen, you'll know it from experience. If you can go through and be clear, and the right company will explain to you and go through your list of what you need, be clear of what you need so you've got a good understanding of it. We have a website form. I'll go through, do you have a logo? Do you have links to websites you've seen that you absolutely love? Do you have an idea of what colours you want? Do you have an idea of the feel, the fonts of what information? Do you have content already, or do you need help with content? Do you have images? Is it worth speaking to a professional photographer to get some images for your website because they need to be higher res? All of these things to ascertain whether we can help, because the biggest fear of mine and the biggest issue, and hence why one of the existing clients come to us, is the costs down the road. Yes, it's free. Yes, you just have to pay domain and hosting, which is pretty much the same as what we charge. Any company will charge that. It might be a monthly charge, it might be an annual charge, but it's all that additional cost, because if no one understands that up front, brilliant, got a website, launched a website, that's fantastic, really excited about it. Oh, do you know what? I just want to do this. I want to change this. I want to add this. Okay, then that will be X amount. That will be Y amount. And that's the unpredictable costs. And a lot of our clients, we discuss budgeting. So they sort of marketing budgets of what they want to spend, whether it's on a website, whether it's broadly for marketing, whatever it might be, because they need to understand that so they can put that in their service costs, what they're charging their clients. So if you understand all of that and you've said, right, I've budgeted £500, and then you've got a website, it's great, but it's fallen off and gone to page 4 of Google, and we all know where's best to bury a dead body, page 2 of Google and onwards. You want to be on page 1. Everyone wants to be on page 1. Again, a lot of SEO and bits behind that, but that's really important. But what happens if you go to that company? Oh, I've got my website, but if you Google beauty services in Long Melford, I'm not on page 1, and I'm the only beauty company in Long Melford. There's loads, and they're all amazing. But why are you not on page 1? Oh, well, you need SEO for that. That starts from £300. Well, okay, I wasn't aware for that. I hadn't budgeted for that. It's all of that knowing up front, and that's what we will always take the time out and work with businesses to ascertain that information. If they've got that up front, we will do something that works to their requests. It's not even always they don't always take our advice. They might not even do as much as they want. They might want that little corner of the internet, and they might not want Google My Business or some SEO or some basic to be found. They just want something to go on their van. That is absolutely fine, and hands up if they do. That's when I would recommend that company, if that's all you want forever. Because if you want that in the future or don't want that in the future, you will come a crop up, because you need to make sure you own the domain and you need to future-proof. Because not only are you future-proofing your website, you're future-proofing your business, because that is part of your business. So if you think of your business plan 5-10 years down the line, and you might want to sell your business, your website will be a massive part of that. If you think about social media, websites, how many people are looking, and we have this for all our clients, all their analytics, of how many people are viewing their website, what are they searching for, what pages do they look at most, how long they spend on pages, how many people are clicking off of the website, when are they clicking off of the website, are they just looking for their location or a phone number. All of that is really, really important. So if you're selling a business and you've got all of that, you can ask for more money. So it's not just a website. It's not just your little corner of the internet. It's your business, which your business is potentially someone else's business. It's building that up to be bigger and better, so you attract more clients, more custom, which means more money. Another regular question we get is monthly fees. Now, we choose not to charge a monthly fee. One of those things where it's probably more bad for business and our income than anything else, but you pay for your domain and hosting up front. You pay for that annually. You can break it down monthly, but it normally averages out to about £150 a year. So we just ask for that paid up for a year in advance. So you know your website's good and has a home for a year. Some people charge monthly, and they charge monthly for ongoing costs. So it might be for security, backups, making sure all the plugins are updated, etc., etc. We mostly use WordPress. Again, not going too technical because I will bore people, but a lot of stuff is done automatically. The other thing that people charge for, and they might include in that monthly price, is amendments. Now, this is where, again, you need to be careful and ask up front when getting a quote of how much those amendments are going to be. We will train people to update and do their own website. However, they might not want to. And sometimes they do come back and go, do you know what? I can't remember what you said. So if you can just do it for us. It's knowing what that charge is. Now, some companies, we've had experience of clients coming to us because it's a minimum hour charge and it's 150 quid an hour. That's pretty much 3 times what we charge. But also we will do what we can free of charge. So we always say to people, if you've got a lot of amendments, save them up and we can do it all at once. Or if you've got, say, 1 or 2 tweaks, if something takes us less than 10 minutes, we will just do it. We will just change it. Is that right in terms of running a business and our own income and time? Probably not. But you're choosing to host your business. You've paid that upfront fee with us for the design. We know the website already. So if it doesn't take us time at all or much time at all, we will do that for you. We're not saints. Now and again, if it takes us a bit longer, if we're talking half an hour, but we will let you know that. We will always say, look, this is the situation, it does this. And we will always explain how the plugins work, how the website works, because a lot of those come with an annual cost, but also some of them, there's a free version and there's a paid version. Ultimately, the free version results in a bit more admin, which we obviously have to charge for. A paid version might automatically update, or, for example, Google reviews is a classic example. You can manually add reviews for your free version. For paid version, it will automatically update and it will be there for you. So it's weighing up the pros and cons of how you want to invest, what money you might have at the time, what capabilities you might have at the time, or what you might want to do at the time. So all of these questions, and when considering the design of your website and what money you have to put into your business, all of these are considerations to make. Because if you don't have the funds, which a lot of small businesses don't, and that is absolutely fine. Not everyone suddenly has a lot of money to put into a brand new business. It's part of the reason why we all struggle and why there are issues with small businesses. But you do have to invest to get something back at times. But we will always go through the options for you. So it might be that we can help with part of it. You might want to do it yourself. And that's where you might consider a DIY website and do it on your own. But again, that is always something we can help with. Another way of doing a website is doing your own website. It's not something we discourage, but there's certain checks and help and advice we might give. Purely because there's certain things like Wix. Wix doesn't do .co.uk domains, and you never own your website with Wix, whereas we use WordPress and GoDaddy for different reasons. There's different pricing. It's making sure that you've got a cookie policy. It's making sure the reason why you have certain domains. But that's where we will use, or we will help people or handhold. It's the whole reason for the co-working space, in terms of if you want to do your business admin but want someone on hand, then come and work at Breakout. Because yes, it's co-working space. Yes, you can sit in the corner with your headphones on and get work done. But also there's always at least one of us here who can help you sound things out, check stuff. Oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Or you can just book in to see us for an hour on a one-to-one basis, and we will give you advice on how best to go about it. Again, it's for the longevity and future-proofing your website. It's brilliant that you want to do it on your own and you want to learn. We train people. So when we do a website, we train people how to amend it, and it's theirs to go. So if they decide to move it elsewhere or do something different with it, again, it's theirs. You can do exactly what you want with it. but it's the same as doing your own. There's just certain things that you see all of these website companies or the online companies pop up. Create a website with us, discount for this, you can do this, you can do that. But it's making sure you've got the right fit for you. And that's what's important to us in helping small businesses. We will always work with you to make sure you've got the right fit for you. The other alternative is having a friend do it. Again, absolutely fine. And we have a lot of people where people can create their own websites, agreed. It's like going back to that very basic 4-page website. You've got a little corner of the internet, you can buy a domain. All the online companies make it very, very easy for everyone to do so. However, from experience, all of this advice is coming from experience, whether it's our own personal experience or experience we've had with clients, that you can actually, again, future-proofing, but also, what if that friend disappears? We've had people where their friend or someone they know or a friend of a friend has gone travelling, they can't access their website, they don't have control of it. It's making sure you know that you can access it and you can do what you need to do on it. So it might be that something's changed, because you'll be surprised how many people look and rely on websites for information. If you think about how you Google things, then once you've got a website or Google My Business comes up, you will always take that as gospel. So it might be that someone finds your website and clicks and rings you. It might be that your website doesn't, or your business doesn't exist anymore. Again, it's taking down the website and what to do with that, because you've invested that money. So whoever you use and however you do it, we're not saying we're the best fit for you, or definitely use us. If you don't have the budget, there are other reasons, but just make sure you've either looked at our checklist or spoken to us or someone else to know exactly what you own, what you can access, and what you can do for the future, because that's the most important things when looking at a website. Because ultimately, anyone can make a website. Any web developer, any website company that's out there, they can create a website for you. But it's all the other bits behind the scenes and all the techie bits which you need to check and make sure A, you're covered, and B, you've future-proofed it so it will do what you want and need it to do. As always, thanks for listening. If you've got any questions, please drop us an email or drop us a message. We do help with existing websites as well. So if you've got something already that you're not sure about, we do work with existing platforms to get it where you need to be. But there's just certain restrictions with certain companies, themes, whatever it might be. So feel free to message us, get in touch, and we can have a look for you. If you know someone who's looking for a website or is having problems with their existing website, please send them, or even considering a website, please send them a link to this podcast so they can have a listen, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can help people get exactly what they need for their business without spending more than they have to. Thanks for listening to this episode. We really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please share with a friend who you think needs a bit of help with starting a business, or even their small business which they've already got going. Please like and subscribe to our podcast, which always helps a small business or small podcast like us. And check the show notes. We all have everything in there relating to the episode which you might need, might want to read, and links to anyone we've interviewed and certain subjects we've spoken about. And thanks for listening.